Daddy?
Yeah?
You know I can speak like Hitler.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
You want to hear it, Daddy?
Ah, sure, let me hear it.
Meine Arbeit berichtigt, ob du glaubst, dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich mich in diesen Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe.
Stop it, you idiot bird.
Oh, Daddy, I need to shit. Ich muss scheißen. Bye bye, pieces of shit. Bye.
Okay, this video is about the V2 rocket, or the name is A4, the German V2 rocket. Let's see what I told my grandparents.
Forward of the tail unit are the two fuel tanks. First, the liquid oxygen tank, then the alcohol tank. Here they are during the assembly of an actual rocket. These four vanes, made of carbon to resist the heat, are situated in the jet, and they can control the rocket only while the jet is burning. This period of control lasts for 60 to 70 seconds and covers the first 20 miles of the trajectory up to the all-burnt position. When it has reached the all-burnt position, the rocket is a free projectile, just like any artillery shell after it has left the muzzle of the gun. This is what actually happened when the Germans fired on London from The Hague. The distance is nearly 200 miles, the maximum range of the A4. The rocket was controlled for the first 20 miles of its flight, or until the jet had stopped burning. At this point, its velocity is 6,500 feet per second, and it is at 43 degrees angle of elevation. It keeps on climbing until it has reached a height of 50 miles, which is halfway on its journey. Then, still traveling towards London, it starts to fall. But it is slowed up to a velocity of 4,000 feet per second by the resistance of the air.
So, let me get this straight. They launched this, and after 20 miles, the jet stopped because there is no fuel anymore. And then it travels another 80 miles or more in this trajectory because it's an arch. It's not a straight line. So without any propulsion, it climbed up to an altitude of 50 miles with 6,500 feet per second, which is 4,400 miles per hour. And then when it's here, it still have a speed of 4,000 feet per second. 4,000. That's 2,700 miles per hour. So you tell me this projectile can do this without any propulsion? No way. This is impossible. Even with that speed. This is just a bullshit video. Propaganda to brainwash my grandma and my grandpa. 180 miles. Without propulsion. But this is an arch. 300 kilometers from Holland to London. And over 300 kilometers, this arch will be 340 kilometers. I just calculated it. So we added another 25 miles to it without propulsion. Going in an upward motion without propulsion, of course. And then it come here. But I wonder if the people here hear the sonic boom. Because this going faster than the speed of sound. 2 times the speed of sound, at least, when it's here. Yeah, and they fired about 3,172 of those rockets. So we should hear 3,172 sonic booms. Especially the people in London. The North American X-15. NASA's 666 rocket plane. Could fly with the speed of Mach 6. And developed a temperature of 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. Mach 4, 5 and 6. He had to be designed to withstand aerodynamic temperatures in order of 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. It had a special high-strength nickel alloy named Iconel X. 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. So, this thing is made of sheet metal. Its speed was even a little bit faster than the X-15 rocket plane. It had 725 kilogram or 1600 pound of high explosive. Behind sheet metal. 650 degrees Celsius. Or 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. This is just a fantasy rocket. They all should blow up. None could have reached England. It's all garbage. You see how you can use their own words against them? It's garbage. And of course we can find fakery in the X-15 project. His suit is open.
The one man who represents all the others who have worked so long and so hard to make the project a success.
His suit is closed. So somebody changed it in the way. In a couple of seconds. Somebody closed it up. And when he sits in the plane, it's all open again. Oh, look.
They've designed and built an
Now they made the camera go up the stairs.
aircraft that could be piloted into space and flown back safely to a controlled landing on it.
As if the astronaut do it himself.
Earth. They have accumulated important data on...
Here is suit looks open again, but I cannot see it clearly.
Aerodynamic heating at hypersonic speeds. They've learned about stability and control of aircraft during flight in near space and re-entry to the Earth's atmosphere. And perhaps most important of all,
it looks open here.
Space and re-entry to the Earth's atmosphere.
Yeah, it looks open. It's not silver here. So here it's open.
And perhaps most important of all, they have dramatized the potential of...
Yeah, you dramatize everything, idiot.
...piloted high-performance aircraft in a space environment.
Now its suit is open again. We can see that here.
At a time when much of the world's gaze was turned toward orbital flight.
Garbage. Let's check some more from this video. So this thing can burn 8 tons of fuel in 60-70 seconds. Let's see how they fuel it up.
Meanwhile, the fueling troop were bringing up their fuel train. The train consisted of a towed alcohol bowser, a self-propelled alcohol bowser towing a trailer pump, then the towed liquid oxygen vehicle, and finally the bowser for T-Stoff or hydrogen peroxide. The fueling vehicles were concealed near the launching site until needed. When the preliminary tests were completed, the alcohol vehicles were called from their temporary parking place. Alcohol was always the first fuel to be filled in the rocket. The liquid oxygen trailer was the next fueling vehicle to arrive at the launching site. The Germans always tried to fuel the liquid oxygen within an hour of the time of firing the rocket, to avoid freezing up the valves. This arrangement of fueling vehicles round the Meilerwagen was a typical German layout. As well as the alcohol and oxygen vehicles on either side, the T-Stoff vehicle is directly in front of the rocket. The liquid oxygen is fed in at the middle of the rocket. The pump is connected to the permanent delivery pipe on the arm of the Meilerwagen. By now, the oxygen fueling is in full swing, and the pipes through which the liquid oxygen is traveling begin to show the characteristic formation of ice and snow. The oxygen fueling took about 8 minutes to complete. Now that the alcohol fueling of the rocket was finished, the pump was disconnected and the alcohol bowsers began to move off. As the job of each fueling vehicle was finished, it was driven away from the launching site.
So you pumped all this fuel in this rocket. So this is when the truck arrives, and this is when it leaves. It looks like the truck didn't race when you load it in 4,000 liters or 4 tons of fuel, liquid oxygen. There is not much change about this height. You see that? So what do you load in? This looks the same. You know, normally when you unload, this rises up. But it's the same. It's impossible. Let's see the other truck. Here is this alcohol truck when it arrives. Let's see the wheel height, or how do you call that? Let me make this a little bit bigger. So this is when it arrives, and this is when it leaves. So how much fuel they loaded in? Nothing. It's just garbage. This is not correct. They have the same height. It's garbage. So during this video they show how to set up this V2 rocket. You can check the video for yourself. Let's have a look at it.
Is lowered. Then the firing troop take cover in the slit trenches they've dug near the rocket. The troop commander goes to the firing control vehicle. The control panel from which the rocket is fired is in this vehicle. The final steering tests are made. And then the firing troop commander gives his orders.
Hey, wait for the cameraman. He has to go in.
Ist Steuerung klar? Ist klar. Ist Triebwerk klar? Ist klar. Schlüssel aufschießen. Schlüssel steht aufschießen. Durchschalten.
The cameraman is still outside.
Ist durchgeschaltet. Belüftung klar, Zündung klar, Vorstufe klar.
Why is the cameraman still outside? With this camera in front of your face. You cannot see with the cameraman in front of your face. You change shots from this to this. Did I pause the launch? Piece of trash. We can always spot this crap on war videos.
Hauptstufe! Hauptstufe gegeben! Stecker gefallen!
Now I think I saw 3 different rockets. Here, let's have a look. This one have a band missing here. You know, it's taken from the same angle. Fit the screen. Fit the screen. It's garbage. It's a scene. It's a movie production. And even when we see this rocket up in the air, it's a different rocket. It's a different rocket. We can see this band here. We can see this band here. We can see no band here. And this is one straight line from black and white. And here it is not. It's just garbage. Looks different.
Hauptstufe! Hauptstufe gegeben! Stecker gefallen!
So you launch this thing, and then you make a cut in the video, and then you see this different rocket. Why this brake? He seems to be good in following those rockets.
When the rocket reaches an altitude of 40 to 50,000 feet, a vapor trail condenses in its wake, just like the trail made by high-flying aircraft. The effect of the rocket going down is an optical illusion caused by the angle of the camera which shot this scene. The rocket's still going up, all right.
Yeah, we see that. It's going up. Idiot. They use this launching table, and they don't bolt it down, they just place it on the ground and put this 45 foot 12-ton rocket on it. You cannot bolt this thing on the ground.
Could take the weight of the platform. This was done so that the towing dolly could be removed. The launching table is placed over a surveyed mark on the launching site. This is done so that the rocket can be accurately orientated later on. The towing dolly was pulled out and wheeled away. The launching table has an adjustable jack on each leg.
No holes to bolt it down. No holes to bolt it down. It's just freestanding. It's dangerous. They are not scared. This thing blows over by the wind or something like that. Look at this, 12 tons. This is idiot. It's impossible. And this rocket rests on those 4 tiny wings.
This rocket has the motor attached to the tank compartment, which is now complete. The other half shell has been added. But the control compartment is not on the rocket yet. Now we see a tail unit ready to be added to the rocket. Wiring is being...
This looks like paper mache.
Now we see a tail...
So this rocket is gonna rest on those wings.
Tail unit ready to be added to the rocket. Wiring is being connected so that the rocket can be tested for electrical continuity.
Or you can make it rest on 4 little knobs here. Four, 5 tons without fuel. It's idiot. It's impossible. The rocket is resting on this tin metal. No way. 12 tons.
The other end, the warhead is secured. This wasn't the normal German practice at this stage, but we wanted the warhead on the rocket so that we could lift it into the proofing tower.
Was this a real one or not? Let's rewind it. We see this big church here. And when this rocket comes down, we see nothing. And then suddenly this church appeared. And the poles disappeared. Idiots.
On June 13th, 1944, on the Channel coast of Europe, the age of the missile dawns. Vergeltung 1. Vengeance weapon number 1, V1, is fired against England by Adolf Hitler. London, battered, bloody, but unbowed after 4 years of bombing, looks to the skies, bewildered.
Yeah, they all open the windows, they look to the sky. Yeah, that's what we all do when we hear bombs.
What is this strange object? The Allies have landed.
Yeah, what is it? Yeah, walk outside for the cameraman and look up.
In France. Surely the war is almost over.
Oh yeah, yeah. Again the cameraman. Look up, guys. Act horse. Yeah, looking up. Yeah, look up, don't run away. Don't hide. Yeah, again fake bullshit with the switch. It's just garbage. Yeah, there are many cameras, always present. Even under the planes. Here, everywhere cameras.
August 1940, the Battle of Britain opened. Hitler hurls 2,300 planes into the Adler Angriff, the Eagle attack, against 704 British fighters. The Luftwaffe is contemptuously confident.
So, filming this. This camera is not even on the wing. How do you do this in the air during the Battle of Britain? How do we do this? It's impossible. It's productions. It's fake bullshit. Here, another one. What is holes or what in the wing? Who filming this?
The V-1s are launched against London.
Yeah, had some nice sound effects.
A new chapter opens, the Battle of the Flying Bombs. The Allied invasion forces Hitler's hand before he is fully ready, and from the Channel coast, V-1s rain upon London.
If I was you, I would hide into a bunker, because maybe there's coming more, if you see one.
There can be no defense. The V-2 cannot be heard and is but rarely seen before it strikes. And so on September 8, 1944, the first V-2 is fired against England.
So we could see burn it for a long time. (2022).
The Dornberger to Werner von Braun.
Say they started at 2024.
V2's designer on the day of its first successful launch. Do you realize what we have accomplished today? Today the spaceship was born.
So we almost could see it for 23 seconds. And earlier in my video, you saw this guy say it only can burn for 60 seconds. So there is just more than 30 seconds left of fuel to reach that 6,500 feet per second speed. People, it's all bullshit. It's all fake. Anyways, peace.
Pieces of shit.